close to 90% in the third period. They reached the century mark at the end of the third period, and we're underway here in the fourth. Frisbee says, if you're not going to help me, I'm going to go straight in, put a crazy shot up, and now Trim is in the ball game. So Trim is checked in for the Wizards, along with Johnson, Frisbee, Ahern, and Gibson. So Dakota going with a very different lineup than we have been accustomed to, as they've left the starters in for the majority of the game. 15 points up are the Ants. Anthony Kyle back in the ball game, give it to Minifield. And that second line we talked about is out there. So Czech Psalm is a variation. He started with Turner, and now they're putting one in at a time as opposed to both of them right now. Jaren Jackson, wow, what a nice job of substitute he's done tonight. He's went with a completely different theory, and it's really panned out. Kyle crossing up Ahern, going inside and kicking it outside to Rob. Griffin steps back, 16-footer, no good, front iron. And there goes Czech Psalm. And I'll tell you, even when he goes after a rebound, he's going to pick up a foul. And again, it's the woes of Czech Psalm making himself known inside the paint on the rebounding tip. Am I right or wrong? That's really where he's at.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Gibson.
Whatever you say.
Well, I don't know what you're saying. Gibson. What I'm saying is the thing that he has to get better at is rebounding.
Oh, no
and
question.
It's a consistent theme. We talked to the player development guy from Detroit, and even he feels as good as Czech Psalm's game is, and it is very good. Let's call it what it is. He's a good step-away shooter, good mid-range jumper, can shot block and do all those things. But in the end, he's going to have to be a rebounding force.
No question. And right there, you know, he tried the offensive rebound, and I thought he did a good job.
I think he did too.
I don't know what happened.
Minifield goes back away, drains it, and one. It's nice to see the and ones. We've had a couple today. We've only had a handful the whole season. We've had some fouls, but we can't complete them for some reason.
You know, Steve Minnie hadn't played a whole lot of minutes. I'm sure what he's used to, but I think this is one of his better games in the last couple games. He's just playing solid, playing within himself.
Uh-oh. Free throw miss, no good. Psalm went down hard, but he's okay. Ahern going the other direction, and Minifield's just going to grab him. And I think Minifield thought that that Psalm was hurt, so he just reached out and stopped the action right there. Then he looked down and Psalm was right behind him. But it did look like Psalm went down pretty hard.
Right, yeah. Corey did the right thing. He just tried to foul, stop the play to see how he was doing.
Yeah, 4 on 5, the whole thing.
That's good.
Smart play by Corey. Sure. Frisbee over to Ahern. Step back behind the arc, no good. Rebound off the Ants. Rob Griffin.
Anthony Kyle is frustrating Ahern.
Yeah, he is. Kyle kicks it over to Eric Smith. Reverse layup, no good, but he'll draw the foul. That will probably be on Johnson, and it is.
Ahern is doing a lot of complaining right now. As soon as Anthony Kyle got in the game, Anthony Kyle's picking him up 94 feet. He's holding the basketball right now, almost about to get a delay of game. Kyle is really in his head.
And you know what? It's not the first time somebody has been, penetrated in the head by Anthony Kyle.
And, you know, he's telling Dwayne Tickner right now he grabbed his jersey. Just a flat-out untruth. He's not grabbing his jersey. He's just in his jersey.
Right.
But he's
wearing his jersey.
Yeah, he's not grabbing it at all. Anthony Kyle is doing what you're supposed to do as a backup point guard. Come in and play 94-foot basketball because he's not going to play that long, so he's going to be in his head the whole time he's there.
Free throw no good. Rebound off to Frisbee. Yeah, he's right. If he says only one person should wear his jersey, I would agree with that. And Anthony's wearing his and Ahern's as well. Kick over to Frisbee. Inside to Johnson. Lost handle for a minute, but then regained it. Goes over to Psalm and over Psalm, rather, off the glass and good. 103-87. Smith checks Psalm. 19-footer drains it. The big man with the mid-range jumper. And for Czech Psalm in this ball game, that's his 12th point. Gibson trying to get around Griffin. Kicks back over to Frisbee. 19-footer for the Miami grad. No good. Rebound. Back to Gibson. It's swatted away by Czech Psalm this time. And the offensive foul will come beforehand. And that will be on number 34, Frisbee.
Steve Minnie took the charge. That's exactly. Corey's doing exactly what he needs to do. Get back, start taking charge, play D. Good job, Corey. And
anytime you were willing to stand under and take a charge from Frisbee coming at you, you know that's moxie right there. 105-87, 18-point lead. It was down to 15, now back up to 18. Corey Minifield working against Johnson. They're going to say that he stepped with it. Just under 10 minutes to go in the period.
Good move by Corey. Unfortunately, he was called with travel.
Palmer will check back in on the next dead ball for Dakota. Inbound from Ahern on the side. Gibson crosses the timeline, working against Griffin. Pulls back and hits it from the left. No good. Rebound. Saul almost loses it, but he's going to gain it. A lot of friendly shirts around Saul that time. Kyle swings over to Minifield. Minifield coming through the lane, a little bit out of control. No good, but he will draw the contact. And Gibson will pick up the foul. So for Tony Gibson, that I believe is his third personal. Team foul number 4 in the period. The Ants have 2. Free throw's good. 7 Ants in double figures, with Ron Howard 2 points away from the same situation, which would make 8. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. Minifield cashing in from the charity stripe now. 105-88. 9:35 to go. Ahern takes the pass. Kyle, who almost came from behind there to take it away from him, but they said no. Doug Noll coming up here with a question. It looked like for a second.
They just had the
they didn't get, it's 107. I thought that when I looked up there, I said it should be 20 points, but I didn't read it. We know what happens when I start going against what I see.
Right.
Baylor.
Well, they corrected it.
So it is a 20-point lead, in fact. Ahern, free throw, good.
Ahern complained enough to get that call.
Well, listen, you do what you got to do at all phases of life, I guess.
Question.
What else are you going to do? Anthony Kyle is just, man, you talk about quick, and he's so little you don't even see him come and just takes it from you. Free throw is good. Ahern now with his 23rd point. He's matched Benson for the lead for the Dakota Wizards, who have 4 guys, actually 5 in double figures. Kyle swings it outside to Eric Smith, who comes in, little contact, nothing called, rebound off to Johnson. Johnson swinging the elbows and kicks over to Gibson. Gibson sliding down, takes it out, kicks it way down to Ahern. Deep corner, Ahern with the big 3, and Jaren Jackson has seen enough of that. 26 points tonight for Blake Ahern,